to treatment. We individualize our care with every single client. We provide a psychiatric evaluation on every client, something that while it's not required, we make it a requirement. We're really working to get them drug-free and understanding what's going on, how has addiction impacted their whole life.
As director of the PHP Partial Hospitalization Program, Linda Posner oversees all aspects of treatment at the Transformations Drug and Alcohol Treatment Center in Delray Beach, Florida. It's not only a place where healing begins, but also where lives are transformed so that life can truly be enjoyable again. So how do you go about transforming someone's life? I mean, what does that actually mean? What does it look like?
I liken it to switching a light on inside the client to illuminate all of the hidden issues that they haven't been dealing with and haven't addressed. And we turn that light on both in individual therapy and in the group process to help them really look at what's been going on. How has addiction really impacted your life? And they get to see, you know, my family members are angry and I'm finally recognizing why, because of the behaviors that I engaged in that my addiction created.
Rock bottom for me was started off by me just pretty much being lonely. I pushed my family, my friends away. My main thought process was the next way I could get a drink or a drug. I was willing to destroy anything or anybody in my way of getting my drink or my drug. I woke up deathly sick. Just, you know, I had really insane thoughts in my head, dangerous thoughts. It really got to the point where it was either I was going to try to get help or I was going to take my own life.
We just heard from one of your clients who had the courage to share their story.
Yeah.
Is this story typical of addiction, and how do you individualize each program based upon their addiction?
It's very typical. Most of our clients are hitting rock bottom and that's why they're coming into treatment. So they've lost their job, maybe they've lost several. Their spouses have left them or they're threatening to do so. Often there's some legal charges. They may have had a DUI, So in every sphere of life, including medical, they often have had a physician say to them, you must stop drinking or you're going to die. And so addiction is addiction. They are coming in and they're hitting that bottom and they need the care. We individualize that care from the first day that they're here.
Linda oversees all of these programs at Transformations that have been designed to overcome addiction at any stage in life so that each patient can find the right path to recovery. There are so many programs here at Transformations Treatment Center. How do they differ, and how do you determine which program is best for each client?
So we have our under 30 and over 30 programs. We also have first responder program, which is for our veterans and also any firefighters or police officers who've experienced difficulty in the line of work. We also have a family program that is very important for all of our families to be involved in. Also, we have our holistic approach, which is delivered by our chiropractor, where we do the nutraceuticals and he also does standard chiropractic. And we have a music studio that our clients love, especially our younger clients. And for our clients that are seeking a faith-based approach to treatment, we have our Christian program.
Linda, how do you know when Transformations has made a difference? I mean, how do you know when a client is really in full recovery?
When they are taking our recommendations, when they're completing their assignments, in group they're sharing very openly and actively, that's one of the best ways that we're going to know in treatment.
Transformations transformed my life by giving me a whole new outlook on life. It taught me how to go out and just do the things I need to do to be a new person. It changed my perspective on life.
It's a life journey that everyone shares at Transformations, where healing begins, where relationships are repaired, and where life becomes enjoyable again. We hope you'll continue to join us in our Reclaim Your Life series as we show you how these unique programs, which set Transformations Drug and Alcohol Center apart, can help those in addiction on the road to recovery. Next time, we're going to see how their alumni program continues to help long after treatment ends. Remember, for more information, you can go to transformationstreatment.center or our website, The Balance.
Is the extent of our holistic program. Our program is probably the most comprehensive in the industry. And when we have people come in here, typically they're very depleted nutritionally. So we look at it as our goal to try to get them as healthy as we can in the shortest time possible. We only have like 30 days to do it. So we've got to get them there as quickly as possible so that they start feeling better, so that they don't leave the program and they get more out of the program.
As a licensed chiropractor, Dr. Tracy Sands is the inventor of the holistic protocols and products used at Transformations Drug and Alcohol Treatment Center in Delray Beach, Florida. It's a program designed to restore, repair, and balance the brain chemistry of each patient. Now, doctor, I understand a lot of people that come here, a lot of your patients, have a chemical imbalance. Why is that?
Typically, whatever substance they've been abusing, it depletes the brain chemistry. And there's two main chemicals in the brain that are depleted. Typically, alcohol and opiates will deplete, like serotonin, dopamine, and so forth. And until we get these chemicals back where they need to be, the person's just not going to feel very well.
And how important is that dopamine-serotonin balance? Why is it important?
It's extremely important because dopamine and serotonin are like the key chemicals that the brain needs to function properly. And unless they come back to normal, the person's not going to feel well, they're going to not be able to sleep, they're going to have significant insomnia, they're going to be anxious, they're going to be depressed. And typically that's why someone wants to leave so early, is because they don't feel well, and the only thing that's going to make them feel better is to get those chemicals back where they need to be.
And how do you actually then, let's say, balance the brain chemistry through an adjustment?
We actually provide the client with a number of different products. We have about 30 different products that we use. Several of them we've developed right here at Transformations, and they're specifically formulated to restore dopamine and serotonin in the quickest possible manner. It's mostly the prescription of vitamins and supplements, amino acids are the building blocks for all hormones and brain chemicals. So it's essential that we use those type of products. The medications and drugs can't do this at all. It has to be done with specific nutritional products that can restore them.
Now, I know a chiropractor is on site and it's part of the recovery process. How does that help?
Chiropractic is great for helping the person feel better and right away as well. It's an instantaneous type of response. It's known for releasing endorphins right away. So we can put a hand on them and start the healing process as soon as we lay a hand on them. And it's a very gentle process. So anytime we can adjust them and get a hand on them, and that's what it's all about.
It's almost like a natural high. That's good.
It is. It's a natural high. It's releasing endorphins, and that's what chiropractic does. That's been proven beyond any shadow of a doubt. Is releases the endorphins, and those are your feel-good hormones, your natural opiates.
Good nutrition and exercise are also part of this treatment that takes a holistic approach to getting well. And while the holistic approach is not mandatory, most patients sign on because it can put them on the fast track to recovery.
The chiropractor here is great. You know, you're so sore when you're coming off whatever drug you're on or alcohol. You know, it helps you move around a little bit better, and it's helped quite a bit. It's vitamins in the morning, vitamins to help you sleep at night. You know, it's made a difference.
Doctor, I know this program or this part of the recovery process is voluntary, so some choose to come through it, others don't. Do you see a difference between those who have and those who have chosen not to?
We absolutely do. The program is open to everyone. Not everyone, unfortunately, volunteers for the program. The difference is huge. It's gigantic. Within 1 week, we have clients that are sleeping normally again, which is almost unheard of at this stage of the game. Their anxiety goes from like an 8 down to like a 2 or 3 or 4. It's a dramatic difference between those that do the program and those that don't.
So not only physically, emotionally, and I would even say spiritually.
All the way around, all the way around.
The road to recovery can be a difficult journey for those who are working to overcome addiction, but the holistic approach can be a healthy way to empower treatment on that journey so that patients feel better naturally. We hope you'll continue to join us as we show you how these unique programs, which set Transformations Drug and Alcohol Treatment Center apart, can help others as well. Remember, for more information, you can go to transformationstreatment.center or our website,
So, you know, many of our clients do come from the streets where they have nothing, they could be homeless. And addiction is a family disease. So one of the things that it is going to cause chaos in the home. So even if, you know, somebody is coming from a home, it most likely wasn't a functional home. And that's kind of what we give them here, is we give them a functional home, you know, and with a schedule of a certain time that they're going to wake up every day, and a roommate and someone, you know, that they can cook with, and different interpersonal skills, you know, that will help them, because these are the skills that they're going to need to live their new life.
When a client first comes in, they're never really fully sure if they want to do this. Some people more than others look for any reason to leave, and we try to eliminate all those reasons. We have a beautiful lake, we have a beautiful picturesque grounds. We have 3 buildings that are separated by age and gender. What makes Transformations different is our holistic approach in a home-like setting where they have a host of recreational activities and really learn the valuable life skills that make them build that self-worth and self-esteem again.
As Director of Operations and Director of Medical Records at Transformations Drug and Alcohol Treatment Center in Delray Beach, Florida, Chris Hanica and Louis Pompeo are keenly aware of what's needed for addicts to turn their lives around. Chris, many of the clients who come here obviously have a tough road ahead. How do you prepare them for this journey?
You know, a lot of people say that recovery isn't for those who want it or need it, it's for those who do it. So come with an open heart, some willingness, and some faith, and we'll show you the way. When our clients come here, they feel like they can't do anything. Everything is this big hurdle to get over. But when you first start doing your laundry every day, when you first start cooking for yourself, picking out what you're going to cook to begin with, doing your dishes every day, doing your laundry, you really start to build self-esteem and a sense of self-value that, you know what, I can do this again. So we teach people how to cook, how to plan a menu, how to plan their weeks around a limited budget. We teach you how to vacuum, and we don't say, hey, vacuum your room. We have someone literally show you how to vacuum, show you how to fold your laundry. If a client acts up, we give a consequence. Sometimes that consequence is 5 random acts of kindness. One of those acts of kindness can be folding someone's laundry, showing them how to iron.
So Olga, what I also want to add is that we teach people here how to live sober for the first time in their lives.
And is that important?
I mean, that's the most important piece of this, you know, is that we're doing that in a home setting that they can feel a sense of ownership in.
Because they probably thought they could never do that.
Right, I mean, most of them come in thinking that this is going to be an impossible task.
Worked for me was that not only is it a 12-step based program, but they actually treated you like an adult. They didn't treat you like an individual that had a problem. They treated you as an individual who had specific needs, specific wants, specific desires. And for me, I wanted to get back to the life that I knew. The worst thing for me was I lost me, and that's what I wanted back.
Besides teaching the skills needed for life after recovery, housing at Transformations Drug and Alcohol Treatment Center is centered around an active lifestyle of meetings and events that are not only inspirational, but create a fun environment for a life worth living. Louis, I'm sure when clients come here, they probably don't realize that they might have some fun here, and they have that misconception that, I'm just going into a depressing place.
Right, right. I think a lot of people come in and we hear it all the time. How am I ever going to have fun again, not drinking, you know, not doing drugs and not socializing? By their first weekend here, we've pretty much proved that concept wrong.
We have a host of activities. Monday night, dessert delight night for the ladies. Wednesday night, cooking class. Thursday night, food and fellowship, fun in the clubhouse, watching Thursday night football. Friday night movie night. For example, we just took our clients deep sea fishing on a charter boat. We had about 16 clients out there. They had the time of their lives. They caught mahi-mahi, tuna, and for a lot of guys, it was their first time ever fishing. So it was really nice to see them, you know, literally reel it in and have fun and do so as a community.
Louis, how do you know when one of your clients has learned the life skills, those necessary skills to finally make it on their own?
As a staff member, you're overjoyed to see somebody who, you know, went from head down staring at the floor to, you know, shoulders and head up, you know, and looking you in the eye, you know, and that's probably, I think most of us would say, the most amazing part of our job.
We see people come in here spiritually, physically, emotionally bankrupt. When they come in here, they're their old self. When they leave here, after that transformation, it's like meeting them for the first time. It's so fulfilling. It's why we work here.
It put me back on track. It made me responsible again, because I wasn't responsible for so long for anything. You know, it brought me back to being a human being yet again.
And that's the transformation that happens here every day for an addict in recovery, to have fun, start feeling better, and create a life worth living. And we hope you'll join us again in our Reclaim Your Life series as we show you how Transformations Drug and Alcohol Treatment Center is changing lives on the road to recovery. Next time, we're going to see how one particular experience, the Serenity Lounge, offers a unique program of transformation. Remember, for more information, you can go to transformationstreatment.center and, of course, our website, thebalancingAct.com.